Yo, what is up, guys? So in this video I'm going to be talking about how to buy case hardens. So these skins can be from AKs to Glocks, mostly knives though. They have tons of different patterns. I'm just going to be going over the ones that are cheaper. We're going to be going over which ones would be people normally buy, because I think if people are buying stuff that's over like $500, they usually know what they're talking about. But before we start with this, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. This giveaway is going to last for like a week. Just put your trade link down in the description of this video to be entered. You don't even have to like or subscribe. I don't really care. So I'm going to be giving away these two factory new dualies. You might have saw them in the beginning. They're actually not that expensive, but I did put two stickers that are each worth about $15 on them. So they're the Dragon Lore foils. So the gun's about worth like $35. So if you guys want that, just put your trade links down in the description. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So trade hardens. We all know these are pretty nice weapons. Anomaly sold one for about $32,000 bank transfer, which, yeah, he's probably getting a better price because he is Anomaly. But on the other hand, some of these case hardens, blue gems, etc., are very, very expensive. Lots of people like certain patterns. I figured out the most liked are the blue gems, which ones are the all bluish with a little, maybe a hint of other colors. They also very much like the all gold. These are both pretty valuable. If you have one of these, honestly, they're pretty expensive. So for our prices, we're going to be using the Steam Marketplace. So the cheapest one is the 5.7 case hardened battle scarred, which is starting at 4.87. So if we look at this and go down, we go down to all these listings. Now, if we go to about 15, these ones are going to be much more expensive. And this is because if you inspect these, they will have very, very cool patterns, or these guys are just overpricing. We'll have to see. But most people that are having theirs at like $250 have expensive patterns or expensive stickers. So this guy's is basically a blue gem, that's why it's so expensive. But others could just be trying to scam you, so I would watch out and make sure you inspect every item in CSGO that you might purchase. So then if we go up, there's the well-worn, field-tested, minimum wear. Then there's Star Trek, battle scarred, and well-worn, battle scarred, Star Trek, etc. Then we come up to factory new 5.7 case hardened, which is good but not that good. But the most expensive Star Trek factory new case hardened is $46, starting at $46, which is actually a really good price. I would consider for a Star Trek that is case hardened. But there are only 20 of them listed right now, so these could get pretty expensive. We can see by just looking at it. Okay, yeah, so the most expensive is $326. Now, if we go to the next page, it starts off with an AK case hardened battle scarred, which has 71 quantity right now on the Steam market. As of making this video, it's $77 starting. Don't mind this, I just need to verify my credit card. So as you can see, if you go down here, it sells for about $60-70 pretty consistently. Right now it's 70, sometimes it's 60, sometimes it's 50, it's around there. But then you see these spikes, 135, 338. It's because these guys are buying very good patterns. Like this one is listed for $1,165. This is probably a blue gem. And then you come down to these knives. So the cheapest knife that is case hardened that you can get is the Navaja knife case hardened battle scarred. There's a quantity of 12 on the Steam market right now. It costs about $95 to $100. So this knife has actually not gone down or up that much, and it's actually gone up for a while there, but it's kind of at a steady pace now. There's not very many people buying this at the moment. That is why it's probably so cheap. But I would honestly say, if you like the Navaja knife, it's a very good purchase, because case hardens can go up and down in price very, very frequently. But personally, I don't like the Navaja knife. Then we've got the butt plugs over here, battle scarred. Nobody likes those really. They're pretty good for if you can find a blue gem. They look really cool though. But I'd say the most thing that people are going to be looking at is the gut knife here. It's about the third worst one, but it actually looks pretty good with these. Not many people sell these and buy them, so that's the problem here. But the ones that do, I'd say are pretty cheap, around $113, which is pretty cheap for a knife in general. If we go to the next page, we start seeing more of the better ones if we skip all these. So we've got the case hardened minimal wear, which is pretty good, starting at $130. The Falcon knife, case hardened battle scarred, which honestly I was thinking about buying. It actually looks pretty cool, but because it's pretty cheap, so I wanted to actually look pretty hard at these. I don't see many case hardened gloves. I feel like that's pretty rare occurrence. I never see them. But these ones are, and they're pretty cheap, surprisingly. The problem is you can only see the case hardened like right here and right here. Okay, so the next cheapest knife is the stiletto knife case hardened battle scarred at $143, starting there. But what I would recommend, if you're gonna buy one of these knives and you want it cheap, I would recommend the classic knife case hardened battle scarred. This knife is about $160, but for a good pattern it's probably about $200. It's a very nice knife, honestly. It looks pretty lit. I would honestly get this knife. I would also say the stiletto is pretty good, but nobody really likes that knife. The Ursus knife is okay, but personally I don't think it looks good with that pattern. So now we're getting to more better territory. So we've got the Huntsman knife, their survival knife, all well-worn battle scarred. So people don't be wanting the well-worn battle scarred. The only ones that you're going to be able to get for factory news that are going to be cheap are going to be Navaja knives. You can get a case hardened factory new Navaja knife for about $155. And I personally don't like Navaja knives, but you know, people do. Now, if we put it to factory new, and we look at the cheapest ones, oh, look, factory new Navaja knife. So let's see here. This knife is honestly pretty cool. A Star Trek gut knife, case hardened factory new. Factory new flip knife. So now we're getting into really expensive territory. The Star Trek AK-47 case hardened factory new, 11 of them in stock. They're about $400. For a good pattern, you're gonna have to shell out about $500. So I would not recommend this. If I was gonna get one, I would get them on a different site, maybe like Skin Baron or another site like that. But just make sure they're reputable. The Nomad knife is a very cool knife in this. It actually is very expensive right now. It's been going up in price for a long time, or at least since December 12th. Before December 12th, it was steady, but nobody really bought it. This knife is not being bought very much. There's only one in stock right now. Anyways, guys, this is going to be your guide to case hardened weapons.